It's New Year's Eve in Gotham, and this being Gotham, of course you can expect that the criminal element isn't taking a holiday. Because right now, a grinning psychopath prepares to spring his plan. Time to ring in the new year. Co-pilot, check. Navigator, check. Stewardess. Federal regulations prohibit smoking on this flight. And no, guys, those hardworking men and women in the aviation field aren't just sleeping either. Joker absolutely bodied them with his Joker gas before hopping on a plane to wreak some good old-fashioned havoc around the city. Moments later, the Dark Knight detective arrives at the airstrip to try and stop his greatest foe. You should also know that Gotham is even crappier than it usually is during this era. That's because an as-yet unknown serial murderer, known as the Holiday Killer, has been leaving a trail of death with each, well, holiday in each month. But there's no time to think of that now, because Batman has got a clown prince of crime to deal with at the moment. I'm late. My informant was good, but not nearly soon enough. The Joker had killed the ground crew, and from what I understand, he has only just begun. He is bent on using his deadly Joker gas on the crowd that gathers in Gotham Square at midnight. Something in his deranged mind can't handle what Holiday is doing to this city. The Joker has proclaimed, "The town isn't big enough for two homicidal maniacs." After that brief exposition, care of Gotham's greatest detective, the caped crusader gets to work and chases after Joker with his bat grappling gun. If I am going to stop the Joker, and it has to be before 12 o'clock. That's right, because a man shouldn't work on New Year's Eve. Unless, of course, you're a crazy billionaire orphan dressed as a bat. Speaking of work, though, we find DA Harvey Dent inside his office somewhere else in Gotham, as he questions his life decisions about not going into private practice. He's just about ready to turn in for the night and welcome the new year with his wife at home, when one of his assistants comes walking into his office. To Mr. Dent, "I hope I'm not disturbing you? Working late again, Vernon? You'll never get ahead putting all these extra hours, but you're working late, sir. You've been working late every night this week, ever since I started here. See what I mean, Vernon?" There's two ways of looking at everything. Harvey gets ready to leave the office and gives Vernon a tap on the shoulder, telling the young man to take a load off. It's New Year's Eve, after all. And, according to Harvey, it's a time to go home and kiss the wife and hope that next year is better than this one's been. Still, this doesn't stop Vernon from doing his job. That's because the folder he's holding in his hands right now contains something that could help them with their investigation on the infamous Carmine Falcone, aka the Roman case. Sir, this is important. I've found a connection, a link, between Carmine, the Roman Falcone, and millionaire Bruce Wayne. I'm sorry, sir. It is late, but I thought you should be the first to know, the second, actually. Sir? Unfortunately, Bruce Wayne seems to have known about this for some time. Meanwhile, above the skies of Gotham City, the Caped Crusader and the Prince of Knaves find themselves locked in battle aboard the plane that Joker stole. Batman manages to crawl his way towards the cockpit, but the Joker has other ideas. Aha! Dead weight! Put the plane down. Now, as you'd expect, Joker doesn't wet his pants with Batman's empty threats. So, instead of landing it, the Clown Prince of Crime grabs hold of the plane's controls and spins the aircraft to shake off the Dark Knight. Batman nearly falls to his death, but he's able to grab the plane by its tail while Joker continues to zoom around the city. Somewhere else, at the Gotham Harbor, the city's underworld are having a lavish party of their own aboard mob boss Carmine Falcone's cruise ship. We find out that he's invited his old rival and leader of the Maroni crime syndicate, Salvatore Maroni, as the two white-collar criminals have a talk. And just because Carmine invited Sal to his party doesn't mean the two have gotten all chummy, after years of trying to get the better of each other. That's because this invitation comes with something a little darker. All I know is this Struns likes to hit members of my family, my business. There doesn't seem to be any blood on your side of the table. What are you saying, Falcone? Have a happy New Year, Sal. You're right, it might be your last. Say what you will, but Carmine sure looks like he loves stirring drama harder than a gossipy 16-year-old girl. In any case, the leader of the Falcone family then goes to another corner of the party only to be greeted by his sister, Carla. Just like Papa. You keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, eh, Carmine? The same could be said about you and me, Carla, even if you are my only sister. And if you thought his exchange with Salvatore was bad, well, The night just gets worse when Carmine roasts Carla and basically tells his sister that she's a scheming hag who's out here trying to take his criminal empire from him. Like we said, Carmine Falcone is one catty mob boss. Meow! Before ending their conversation, though, Carmine asks Carla where his son, Roberto, is right now. Carla tells him he's on the ship's deck before bidding her leave. According to her, she's going out for a smoke anyway, and she'll just tell Roberto that Carmine wants to see him when she goes out on deck. As for Carmine, well, he's ill at ease to say the least when he's left alone in his party. What a lovely nest of vipers I've surrounded myself with. If it weren't for Alberto, there'd be nobody I could trust. Yeah, maybe don't store all of your ill-gotten eggs in one Roberto-shaped basket, Carmine. Because at this moment, Roberto is just hanging out on deck while Carla has a quick smoke. Unknown to either of them, the notorious holiday killer is currently making their move. And this time, they have Roberto in their crosshairs. A single shot of a silenced gun later, and all Carla could find is a champagne glass and a pistol lying on the ship's deck. The holiday killer's trademark calling card after each murder. As for Roberto, well, he's literally become food for the fishes now, as Carly looks overboard to see a trail of blood coloring the sea below her. Suffice it to say that she's got some explaining to do to Carmine after this. Back at the Dent residence, Harvey greets his wife, Gilda, as he walks into their home. She tells him that she's got a little surprise for him. The Gordons? Whether it's further realization that he should have really gone into private practice outside of Gotham, or the sheer fact that seeing Jim Gordon means that he's got to work without overtime pay tonight, Harv ends up going to the kitchen alone without saying another word. This prompts Jim to follow him into the other room. Meanwhile, Gilda and Jim's wife Barbara check up on each other and make a toast for the coming year. Here's to next year, Gilda. May all your wishes come true. I hope so, Barbara. I really hope so. Back in the kitchen, we find out that Harvey just wanted to have some privacy with Jim because of the developments regarding the Roman case they're working on. Ever stand in front of an open fridge, Jimbo? Looking for something that's staring you right in the face? What's happened, Harvey? We need to talk, Jim. We need to talk about Bruce Wayne. Meanwhile, the Caped Crusader continues to tussle with the Joker aboard the rickety plane. We even find out why the Prince of Knaves is at it too. I don't know what you're so mad at me for. I'm trying to stop Holiday just like you are. By killing everyone in Gotham Square? Why not? You don't know who Holiday is. But the odds are he or she might be in the crowd tonight, and when you think about it, Big J has a point. He might be one crazy pale MF, but he's one crazy pale MF who likes to play the odds. However, leave it to Batman to mention the obvious and call Joker insane. They continue to scrap. Joker asks Bats for a kiss, but the Dark Knight wants something extra spicy. So, he grabs Joker by the neck and strangles him before socking the clown Prince of Crime in the face to knock him out. Just in time, too, because the clock has just struck midnight as Batman launches himself and the unconscious Joker to safety while the plane crashes in Gotham Bay. And with the current threat neutralized, Batman broods. The new year, one where the promise I made to my parents, the promise to rid this city of the evil that took their lives, might finally be within reach. Yes, guys, it's another year in Gotham City. And with that, all we can say is the same thing that Barbara told Gilda. Here's to next year, and may all your wishes come true. We hope you like this video, and would love to know your thoughts about it in the comments section below. Please don't forget to give this a like, share, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell to be the first to see the fun content we have in store for you this coming year. Thank you so much for watching, and a Happy New Year from all of us here at KRTV Marvel. We'll see you real soon.